Hey, hello, welcome everybody to Tip Tuesdays with myself, Coach Kayla. I hope you're having a great week. I cannot believe we're already in July and we are close to, or you should be around this time training for a fall marathon or half marathon if you're choosing to run a fall race. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, talking about really, what that's going to look like, what you should be doing right now to get yourself ready for training, and also give you some training tips for specifically for those marathoners, half or full marathoners. And I wanted to talk about having a good relationship with our food as well for fueling for the marathon. Last week I was going to touch base on this a little bit and didn't, but this actually ties in really well to the tips that I'm going to share with you today. So let's see who's on. Hi, Joyce. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. So if you are joining, if you are new here, I know there is a ton of new people in the Plant-Based Performance Running Community Group, which is so awesome. Thank you guys for being here. And if you haven't met me, I'm Coach Kayla. I'm an online plant-based dietitian, nutrition, and run coach. And I help plant-based runners to properly fuel and also feel good. So I also have that background of being a dietitian. So if anyone has, any kind of nutrition issues, dietary restrictions, all of those things, definitely make sure to see a dietitian. So if you're joining, say hi. Let me know you're here. I want to know you're here if you're live. Also, I'm going live using StreamYard. So you'll see that I usually go live doing these lives on StreamYard. There is a link above. It may ask you to just allow your name to be shown. And that way I can share comments on the screen, which is really cool. But if you don't allow StreamYard to do that, then I can't see who it is. I can't see who's on. So definitely do that. And then if you're watching this on replay, just comment below replay. If you're also watching this on replay, I know some people wanted to be here, but we're not. So I am going to tag some people real quick. So just give me a minute here. I just wanted to tag them in the group so they don't miss out because I know, or on this video, because I know they wanted to be here. So let me do that real quick as well. And then we will get started with our topic for today. So let me find where we are live here and we will get started. How is everyone's day going? Is everyone having a great day? Let's see, where are we? Here it is. Hi, Meg. Thanks for joining. All right, let's see. Couple people that wanted to join. Don't see that are on. Let me just tag them. Cara said that she wasn't going to be able to miss it, but I do know that she wanted to be here for it. So let's tag her. Let's see. That's okay. All right. Got that done. All right, let's see. So I tagged a few people that I knew wanted to be here. Meg is here. Joyce is here. Who else is here? I see there's 6 people on. Let me know if you're here. Comment below. Hello. Hey, I want to know that you're here. And then also my question is for you guys today is, are you training for a marathon this fall? Are you training for a race? Let me know below. Comment below, what your goal is for this fall. Are you looking to just get back to running? Are you running a marathon, half marathon, 5K, where you're at? So also let me know that below as well. So say hi and let me know what's your goal for this fall. What you're going to, what's your plan? What's your plan for this fall? Do you have a plan? All right, cool. All right, awesome. Looks like we have about 7 people on. Yay. Joyce is running a marathon the end of November. Joyce is one of my one-on-one clients as well. So we are working together on getting her ready for her fall marathon. So I know she's going to do awesome. It's going to be her best one. Um, Awesome. I'm here, but I'm driving. I'm not sure who that is, but glad you're still tuning in. Be careful driving. Meg says, only training for 5K again. It's been a couple of years, which is awesome. Good for you, Meg. We do have to start wherever we are. So glad you're getting back into running, which is awesome. All right. So today, as I said, I wanted to talk about how to train for marathon and give you guys some tips. Oh, and Meg also said, I like to do a half next spring and a full in a couple of years. Awesome. That's a wonderful goal. Jason is on. Hi, Jason. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Anika's here as well. Good evening. Hello. Glad you're here. Anika's also one of our new moderators, so I'm glad to have you here as well. You're going to see her a lot more. You may see her a lot more, but she's always been active in this group as well. Okay, so into our topic for today. So tips, let's start with tips for training for the marathon. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. I know some of you aren't necessarily maybe running a marathon, but I know that you guys want to get up to that. So this is also good information. Some of this information you may still be able to apply to to smaller races, even if it's not a marathon as well. So I think this will still apply to you guys as well. So number one is to have at least an 18-week training plan for a marathon. That's about where amount of time you need to train. It may be longer depending on your goal. So if you just want to run a marathon for the first time, 18-week general plan is perfectly fine. But if you are looking more into obviously wanting to, having a time goal or wanting to really focus on performance or really focus on, really improving, then obviously, that could be longer. Um, but about that time range is what you want to have for thinking about training for a marathon. So most of I know fall marathoners that are doing them. So we know we have New York City is going to happen, Chicago is going to happen. So they're all October, November marathons. So those are big, major, or kind of big marathons that are happening. So that is exciting. And Boston, guys, is Boston also happening? Did I forget about Boston? Because I know it's used to be April, but I think it might be happening in October. I don't know if anybody's on, but if you're on and you can correct me, please do. But yeah, so now is around the time that you want to start training. So about July, August at the latest to really start training, for that marathon this fall. Number two is strength training. So also have some sort of strength training routine 2 to 3 times a week, also including stretching, foam rolling, all of that stuff. At least 2. You could do 2 sessions of maybe 40 minutes, or you could do 3 times a week, at least 20 minutes a day, but some sort of strength training routine to prevent those injuries. So you want to really focus on single leg exercises, band exercises, hip, hamstring, kind of glutes, all of those things. Are going to be really helpful to strengthen those muscles to really help the running. So these are really strength exercises that are going to work in combination with running. So I'm assuming that running is your main goal, or running a marathon is the main goal. So these exercises aren't necessarily to gain strength or gain muscle in certain areas or change your body composition. These are really, I'm really talking about that strength training to just include to go along with that running to prevent injuries. Number 3, take rest days. Rest days are a part of your plan. You should have some rest days on that plan, especially if you're new to marathon training, and you're going to be building up your miles obviously slowly. So you don't want to you shouldn't build more than, if you're working up to the mileage and working on that endurance, you don't want to do any more than 2 miles. Increase by 2 miles each week is about the standard thing, and the standard mileage to increase by. But also, those rest days are so important. Those rest days are going to be those times where your body can recover. And what's really cool and amazing about eating plant-based is that we actually do have an advantage with recovery. There is evidence now that shows, and there's definitely a lot of personal experiences of athletes experiencing this as well. But nobody has picked up the book yet. I do. Oh, thank you, Anika. Boston Marathon is October. I thought it was. The Plant-Based Athlete. Pick up this book. It's really awesome. There's some really great recipes as well, that I've even tried myself, which is really cool. Just some new recipes in there that are really great. But yes, but taking rest days are really important. I can't stress to you how much they are really important, because I also know, right, that eating plant-based actually speeds up our recovery. So you may not feel like you need those rest days, but it's still important to take those rest days. And we really want to do that as well to prevent injury. So the rest days are there for a reason. Number 4 is get rid of food rules and restrictions you have to fuel your body. So I talk a lot about comparing our bodies to a car. So your body is like a car. So our cars need gas to run, right? What would happen if we don't put gas in our car? The car wouldn't run anymore, right? It would stop. It would just wouldn't work. So our bodies are very similar, and food is our fuel in order for our bodies to work the way we want. So especially with running, we really need to get in this this mindset of looking at food as our fuel, just like gas is fuel for our car. And to do that, we really have to start getting rid of these food rules and restrictions. So if you've lost weight in the previously, or if you, have followed diets before, you may be in a diet mindset and you may have these restrictions, you may have these food rules. And I can tell you that getting rid of those are going to really help you to set you up for more success of being able to fuel your body, because you're going to have a lot of you're going to struggle a lot if you have these restrictions and food rules in order to fuel that you need, especially as plant-based, because I would say probably almost every one of my clients that I've had, we've had to eat around every 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 hours in order to meet the calorie needs, as somebody that wants to be, that is whole food plant-based. And if you, read that book, that it's possible to do. And what the great benefit is that we're not just fueling our body and having these benefits of having better recovery, but we're also fueling our body in a way that isn't going to give us chronic diseases just for performance. So that's what's really great too. And, running, you don't have to be that, be exactly an athlete. But also I think, I want you guys to have a mindset of being an athlete, especially if you're training for a marathon, because it is just like being an athlete is a lot of work, it's a lot of discipline, and we need to make sure our nutrition is working for us as well. So one way that I do want to give a quick tip out there as well is learning more about intuitive eating. So intuitive eating has been talked about a little bit in the sports nutrition world, which I think is awesome. I'm teaching classes. I have a I'm teaching a class. I teach classes at a mental health facility, and I've been teaching these this workshop or lessons from the workshop for intuitive eating. So intuitive eating is a great great thing to start learning about if you're feeling like you have those food rules and restrictions. But they talk about this a lot in Principle 1, which is really about getting rid of those food rules and restrictions. And the workbook actually has some great exercises and things like that. So And that's just a quick little tip for you guys about that. If you're struggling with that, that's a really good place to start, to kind of start working on that relationship with your food so you can fuel better for that marathon. Um, Awesome. So I see a couple more people have joined us. Thank you for joining. Thanks for hopping on. Francisco's here on YouTube. Awesome. Thanks for being here. He is training for a full is more than being an athlete. Yes, it really is a lot of work. Dave is here as well. Hey, Dave. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So number 5, so I'm at my 5th tip. If you have missed any of these tips, I'll go over and summarize all of this as well. But number 5 is to learn from myself and get support that you need. Because trying to train for a marathon also is very hard to do on your own. And I know a lot of people, with COVID, maybe they didn't have their local running groups, but that, I know local running groups are picking back up. So that's a great place to go, is really just tapping into your local community and joining them, and maybe meeting somebody that's also, maybe new to, if you're running a marathon for the first time, maybe you can meet somebody that is also training for a marathon for the first time as well, or even those that have ran a marathon before. Can always give you tips, but I can also give you a lot of tips and support as well. So that is, really what I do for the most part. I've been doing that just one-on-one, working with people online. But I also have a new program, which I'm super excited about, and able to give you some more guidance and support by doing it in a group setting. I think it'll give you a lot more inspiration, a lot more motivation, all of that stuff, because it'll be, not just learning from me and the knowledge that I have, as well as my personal experiences, but also personal experiences and knowledge from other people. Because, there may be somebody that's in that group that is a new first time marathoner, and there may be someone in that group that's running their marathon for the 3rd time, and they just want to improve their marathon, or maybe they're new to plant-based nutrition. So they're here to just learn more about how they can get more out of their nutrition. So I'm super excited about that. And I'll also be talking more about the new program that I have, and also talking more about, this kind of information that I just talked about getting ready to train for a fall marathon. I'll be talking more about that in my masterclass this Saturday. So my masterclass will be Saturday, July 17th. Make sure to sign up. I'll post a link below to make sure that you guys have it. So I'll have a moderator post it below as well, so you make sure that you guys can sign up and register for that masterclass. Now, that masterclass, I know some people were confused because I was going live today, and they're like, wait, are you going live today or Saturday? So Saturday, I will be doing a special live. It will be just like this through StreamYard. It will go in live into Facebook, so just show up here. But I do want to make sure that I do get you guys registered as well, because I'll be sending out information, emails, stuff like that, along with the masterclass. So do please make sure to sign up so you don't miss out on anything that I send related to that. Thank you, Anika. And I see that Anika posted it. Perfect. Let's see what I missed here. Francisco said, training for my 7th, Boston, and 8th, New York City will need more than food to get me through them in one piece. Yes, absolutely. Awesome. Those are 2 major marathons. So good for you. That's amazing. Anika said, having a running partner too is great for accountability, support, encouragement. Absolutely. And this Facebook group is great support as well, but you may need more. Sometimes just having that accountability, support, and encouragement in real life is also really helpful. And Anika also said, show up and keep showing up. Absolutely. That is the key. Show up and keep showing up. Exactly. All right. So to summarize, I'll summarize all of that, because I know some people kind of hopped in at the end a little bit here. So my number 1 tip for training for a fall marathon is to have an 18-week training plan. So start training now. Now's the time to start training and getting ready for those marathons, so you are ready to go. Number two is finding a strength training plan or having some sort of strength training plan that really combines with the running and really goes along with that, at least 2 to 3 times a week, about 20 minutes a day, focusing on single leg exercises, hamstrings, hip, glutes, all of that stuff, because those are pretty much our major injuries related to runners. Number three, take those rest days. Those rest days are needed to help your recovery. Number four, get rid of food rules, restrictions. I know this can be really hard, but it's really important that you do that because you want to make sure that you are fueling your body properly, just like that car that I explained, in order to have a really good training season, not get injured, and run a really good race and a strong race. And number five is to learn from myself and also get more support. You can do that by joining the Run on Plants 90-day program, which we'll be talking about more in my masterclass on Saturday, July 17th, as well as talking more about how you can train as a plant-based runner for your fall marathon. So I'll be going more in depth about some of the things that I mentioned here, and then I'll be going in and talking more in that masterclass about the program and the opportunity that I have for you that may be the next level or maybe something that is helpful for you. So any questions? Francisco said, remember, I'll be 53 by the time I set foot in Boston. Gotcha. That's awesome, though. That's really cool, though, to still be able to get there. It's an amazing, amazing race. I'm still working on that myself. And there's many times that I have wanted to give up on this journey because there has been many challenges in the way. Yeah, and we'll just see. I'm just going to try to get through this training cycle. That is where I'm at. But anyways, any questions? Do you have any questions? No, nothing. I'm out of water here. All right, any questions? Does anyone have any questions about anything that I talked about today? The masterclass Saturday, or anything? The new program, any of that stuff. Does this work for half marathon too? Yes, absolutely. Yes, Michael. Yep. The master class and the program will be for half and full marathoners, but also I want to really open it up as well, and I'll explain more about this in the master class as well. But I'm really opening up for anybody that is running an endurance race. So it could be a triathlon, it could be half marathon, but more of like an endurance run. So more of like, at least I would say half marathon. Anika said, since we're in a hydration this challenge, are you all staying hydrated? Oh, great question, Anika. Yes. So this month we are focusing on hydration. That is our challenge this month. So make sure you're staying hydrated. And that is a huge thing that I'll be talking about as well in the masterclass. I want to talk a little bit more about hydration because you're going to be training mostly all through the summer for a fall race. So it's really cool about fall races is you train during the summer, which can be really tough because it's hot. But in the fall, usually the temperatures are cooler, so you may feel really fast. You may have a really good race because you're used to running in hot and humid weather. So there is a little bit of advantage, but we do want to stay safe when we're out there running, and I can give you guys some tips about that. Michael asks, how do you feel about coconut water and lemonade? Interesting. Well, coconut water is great. It does have some electrolytes, so that is helpful. Lemonade does have, I guess it depends on how you make it. If you're making it, freshly squeezed, it's fine, but I would just be careful about the sugar. Yeah, Anika was asking the same thing. Yeah, are you using fresh lemon juice? Because lemonade, can have just a lot of sugar in it. Francisco, I need to change my eating habits from now until a few days after both marathons. I've been eating meat for as long as I remember, and less greens or veggies. How do I start? Uh, Gotcha. So, Francisco, I will get in touch with you so we can talk more about some options and opportunities that I can give you to help change those eating habits. Because it sounds like you want to change more for you rather than learning how to fuel as an already plant-based athlete, but actually making that transition to plant-based. So, yes, let's touch base offline about that. So I'll reach out and we'll can talk more. You can also email me. I'll put my email here. I can just put my email in the comments because you guys are always welcome to email me as well if you have any questions. So I'll just put my email down here. If you guys do have any questions, but yes, you can email me. Or we can touch base. Yes, coconut water is a great recovery drink with lots of potassium and electrolytes. Definitely, yes, yeah. And we do want to be careful about sugar. Right? We don't want to eat too much sugar, but also on the other hand, right, sugar also gives us energy. So because a lot of our gels and our goos, right, are going to have some type of sugar in it. Will there be other times for the masterclass West Coast Challenge? Ooh, Michael, I didn't even think about that. Let me think about that. I was only gonna do it at noon, but you're right. That is kind of early, isn't it, for those on the West Coast? So let me think about that. I could do a later time, I believe, but I just have to check with my schedule. But I will let you know. Cool. Any other questions? Did I get to everything? Anything here, Anika, that I'm missing? Any questions? Awesome. All right. Cool. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope I see many of you, if not all of you, on Saturday. And other than that, hope to see you guys Saturday and have a wonderful rest of your week. And we will talk again soon. Bye.